Bryn's a 14 handicap golfer, a bit of a mixed bag of clubs already. A few had custom fit, few wasn't. And today we've been testing with a new G to try and make the improvements on what he's currently got. We started out with the driver. His current driver is a G20, 10.5 degrees regular flex shaft, never fitted for him. He just bought that off the shelf. Knowing Bryn's game from what we tested, we tried the SF Tech driver in the G. Straight away he managed to gain about 20 yards of distance or thereabouts, tightened his dispersion by a good sort of 50% really on what he had. In Bryn we found on average about 1 mile an hour of club head speed, ball speed gains by 2 or 3 mile an hour in there. I think the biggest thing for Bryn was he managed to take his spin rate down by about 1,000 RPM, which really contributed. Add that to the ball speed gains, and 15 to 20 yards was achieved. Yeah.
Tendency to slice the ball or fade it, very much left to right. Got fit with Ed today, changed the shaft of my driver, gone to an SF Tech head as well. Immediately seen the dispersion go down. Very much straight on the shots, minimising my left to right miss, and gained some really good distance as well, about 20 yards from my driver, so it's really good. I think it's great. I've never hit a club with any sort of turbulators on them. Don't claim to understand the science behind them, but in terms of the actual what it looks like at address, it looks absolutely brilliant. I find it really easy to line the ball up, and yeah, it sounds brilliant off the face as well. I was surprised at the noticeable difference between hitting that and hitting my driver. I must admit I didn't think there was going to be a huge difference. But yeah, the sound it makes, the way it feels, just felt absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't understand why anyone wouldn't want to get custom fit. I'm now, having had it done for myself, particularly on the driver. As I say, I've been fit for irons and there was a noticeable difference there. But absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to hitting it more often. We
managed to go through the bag, working up from a 5 iron, which was Bryn's sort of preferred long iron. We went and tested the crossovers and hybrids. Initial preference came more from a hybrid perspective. I think Bryn's confidence was more there in looks and feel from the hybrid he gained. His dispersion was significantly better with the hybrid as well. He was a lot more consistent with that than the crossover. So we put that in as a 4 iron equivalent, sort of 22 degrees, and jumping him then into 2 fairway woods, a 3 wood and a 5 wood, both SF Techs. He suffers a little bit of left to right tendencies, missing the odd shot outright, so the SF Tech was a real good consistent way of trying to get that back online. My
hybrid, I've got a Ping G25 hybrid, is in my opinion my favourite club in my bag. So I immediately came into it expecting to get more hybrids rather than fairway woods, but after hitting them, going again with the SF Tech on the fairway wood, I've ended up with 2 fairway woods, a 3 and a 5, and then a 4 hybrid to fill the gap. Without risk of repeating myself, they've all been absolutely brilliant to hit, and every single club has seen an increase in distance and improved my accuracy. As I say, my big miss is off to the right. I like to say I have a controlled fade, but it's more of a slice. Did try without the SF Tech, just the regular head on the fairway woods, and there was a huge slice there. Immediately going to the SF Tech, that was eliminated almost. You still often, every now and then, hit a fade, but nice to see my shots going straight.
Did you try the crossover?
I did try the crossover. I can definitely see it being a really good club for certain types of player. It wasn't for me. It felt very nice to hit, but I felt a lot happier with the fairway woods and the hybrids.
Bryn's currently using a set of Callaways that he had custom fit for him a few years ago. He did state already his game's improved significantly since he had those, so we're hoping to find a few gains already. But based on testing his irons, we managed to gain 6 yards of carry distance and gain, again, a good 50-60% improvement on his dispersion. His accuracy improved significantly.
I got custom fit about 1.5 years ago for regular shafts. Having now played a lot more often, getting fit today for stiff shafts with changed shaft. Immediately saw increase in distance, and again, similar to the driver, my dispersion left and right a lot tighter. It gives me a lot more confidence. Yeah, brilliant.